So, hi guys. This is the Hike It Baby podcast, and we are going to talk about Hike It Baby 30. Shanti, do you want to go ahead and start the welcome circle and we can introduce each other?
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Shanti. My son is Mason River. He's 15 months, actually almost 16 months. And we live in North Portland. And we're going to talk tonight a little bit about Hike It Baby 30, which we're very excited about. So I'm going to pass it over to Beth.
Hi, I'm Beth. My daughter is Ramona, and she's going to be 1 year on Thursday. And we live in Northeast Portland. That's it. Do I have to say anything else?
Jump in. I'm Megan Bilby. I live out in Beaverton, which is a suburb of Portland. And my son is Clayton, and he's 9 months now.
And I'm Rebecca, the only non-Portland native representing tonight. I'm in Laramie, Wyoming. I've been drinking heavily. No, I'm in Laramie, Wyoming, and I have 3-year-old William and 1-year-old Finn. And I'm super excited to do this. But my biggest question is, how did you get the idea for the Hike It Baby 30? How did it come about?
Oh, well, I'll answer that since it was my idea. I was hiking. I was planning on going on a Wildwood Trail hike in Northwest Portland 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there was a threat of a little bit of rain, and so the mom was going to lead the hike canceled at the last minute. I decided to go anyway, and it turned out to be a beautiful day, no rain, lots of people on the trail, it was warm, and I was thinking as I was hiking along with my baby and my dog how my husband had attempted to do the 30 and 30 Wildwood Trail hike on his birthday last year. He failed after 24 miles with his best friend, but I thought, well, I can't do the 30 miles in one day. It's kind of a tradition here in Portland that people try to do this the year they're 30. It's like I can't do it in one day because I have a baby, but I can do 30 miles in 30 days. And I think that, tons of moms would also, and dads would also want to try to do that cool challenge of, having a big goal and hitting it in a month. So I emailed Shanti while I was hiking and said, let's do this. And she ran with it.
And she actually and suddenly formed this. I was like, I'm going to nationwide with this. This is awesome. It's so cool. And they're signing up like crazy, so it's great. And what's neat about it, I wanted to just let everyone know, is you don't have to have Hike It Baby in your town to do it, and that's the thing that's cool. It's going to be online. We'll be tracking it and loading our photos and hikes, like in Wyoming how it's snowing, and in Portland how it's hailing, and so you can really be anywhere. So that's what's cool, is you can challenge friends all over to do it.
That's great. So now tell me about these trails in the Portland area that you're hiking. Are they like in town, out of town, super hardcore trails, or what's the big deal about the 30 miles of trails?
That's Megan, you want to answer that one?
Yeah, sure. So in Portland, we're doing 2 different levels. We're doing a green level, which is the easier level, and honestly, it's just 30 miles out with your baby, or the baby needs to travel 30 miles. That can be any kind of miles. It can be in your neighborhood, so you can do 1 mile a day around the block, and that counts towards this 30 and 30. And then there's the second level, which is the Black Diamond, and that's a little more intense. We're asking that in order for it to count towards the Black Diamond, it has to be on trail, so it has to be a dirt trail. It can't be a paved trail, and it needs to be in a carrier, so you can't do in a stroller. It's a pretty intense hike, but the trail itself doesn't have to be intense. It can be an easier flat trail as long as it's dirt and you're carrying in a carrier. Here in Portland, we're doing the Wildwood Trail, which is a little bit more than 30 miles of trail in the middle of town, basically. It's in between Beaverton, where I live, and Portland, where Beth and Shanti live. It's this giant park in between us up on the hill, and it's this winding path that goes from east to west, north to south, something like that, and
northeast to southwest.
It's this really neat. Yes, we're breaking it up into little sections. So each bit of the trail is between like 1.5 miles to 6 miles that we have broken up, mapped out, and we're going to schedule days that those trails are going to be hiked. And then you'll go out and meet a lead, and we'll do those little sections a bit at a time.
That's great. So now, how does somebody register for the Hike It Baby 30, say if they're not even in a Hike It Baby branch?
So you can go on the website, and right now we have a link up on top that says Hike It Baby 30, and just click on that, and that'll bring you in. And what happens is you register, and you'll get an email saying, welcome, you're in, your baby's on, is doing it, and there's directions from there on how to do it. And you go into a private Facebook group that will then allow you to talk to everyone about what's happening, track your hikes, things like that.
So why should I do it? Talk me into it.
Oh
I
my
haven't
God.
signed up, but let's pretend I hadn't signed up. Go ahead. Tell me why I should do it.
Prizes. It's really cool what we're doing, and so they've offered us awesome to have a down jacket, poles. We have basically be entered, and you get entered for first 10 miles, then you get entered for a second miles and a third round of prizes at 30 miles, and so all trails that are prizes in the bigger. There are some big prizes in the. You have to push yourself. In the green, one of the awesome prizes we have is a head-to-toe outfit from Roadrunner Sports, so that's pretty cool. So there's definitely some cool things in there that are totally worth it to just do green and just go out and walk a mile every day for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's the only reason to do stuff, not for exercise or to be outside, to hang out with our kids.
I was going to say it's a great time. We're heading into the fall and winter, and the rain's coming down or the snow's coming down, and this is the time when most people kind of hole up in the house. And this challenge is a great way to make yourself get out almost every day, or at least a couple times a week. Be outside, brave the weather, get used to it, and really head into the winter and the holiday eating season a little bit more fit and exercise minded, a little bit more outdoorsy minded, not just the hibernation mode that we mostly get into.
Yeah. So bring on the apple pie, because I'm gonna walk 30 miles.
Hike 30 miles, walk 30 miles, and then eat all you want at Thanksgiving all the way through New Year's.
I like how that works.
That's my plan.
So now, as you've been organizing this, what are some of the challenges that you've run across, or some challenges you anticipate during the challenge? From an administrative point of view.
People being worried that they're not going to complete their 30. I'm getting a lot out of town. Do it out. I'm going to be. I'm like, great. Send your grandparents out. That's the thing. You're not alone doing this challenge. It's your baby's challenge. So we do 30 miles. You can do 5 miles. So that's something that's really important for people to. Administratively, we got it. We're fine. It's all good. It's going to be fun. I mean, it's really just, we're just signing people up, and, you'll be getting lots of emails letting you know what prize round we're in and things like that.
Now, I saw the Facebook post about the rules. Are there some rules you want to discuss and kind of clarify for the group?
Megan, do you want to go over those?
I don't know anything about them.
Megan?
But Megan, are you there?
No, somebody else can. I talked a bunch about things.
Oh, Beth, you're...
Okay. No. Okay. No, you can't. You run. Okay. Exception for moms with 2 kids, because we don't want those moms to be left out. like a mom that has a kid that's on the edge of walking and maybe a new little baby or not walking that far. So we're working on that. So we'll figure out a solution for moms with 2 kids. If you're in snow, you get to count double miles because going out in snow with a baby is hard. So you only have 15 miles to do. You're just laughing. She's like, oh, I'll be done in 3 days. It's cool.
No.
My challenge is over.
I'll do 30 in the snow.
Ooh, she ups it. Well, just so you know, Forest Park, we actually figured it out. We're going to be doing 50 miles here in Portland.
Oh.
Yep. We have all these outbacks. So we
Let the
can't
trash talk begin.
So we've upped it for you, Rebecca. You got to do 50 in snow.
Whatever.
I got this. The other big thing is if you're in sand, sand is okay to walk on. That's considered a trail. I mean, just really, like, green doesn't, it just means, you know, you're going out and you're going walking every day. Black means you're pushing it, and pushing it for you. If you had a baby 3 weeks ago, don't go climb a mountain. If you had a baby 3 weeks ago and walking is your black diamond, that's your black diamond. You know, we're really looking to challenge ourselves personally and be outside with our baby. That's what we're looking for. Not for, you know, we're not, it's all friendly, it's friendly competition, and there's not really a competition, it's just a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if you live in like a flat city in the Midwest somewhere or can't make it to the trails, you can always do stadium stairs. So, you know, you can track your mileage by going around laps and then doing stairs up and down. And, I mean, that's hard with a baby on your back or on your front or, you know. So there's lots of ways to make it work wherever you are.
Yeah, it's cool that it has that universal appeal. Do we have anyone from Australia on board yet?
They haven't quite committed because they have a lot of snakes right now, so they're a bit nervous.
Ooh, snakes. No, they have real snakes there. So yeah.
They sent a picture the other day showing us snakes going across their paved trail. Big, big snakes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, yeah, I think they'll be in. We have Canada signing up, so we'll see if Canada's in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have a brand new branch, 5 new branches this week. So we have Bristol, Pennsylvania. We have Ann Arbor, Michigan. We have Juneau, Alaska, which is already like, I mean, like Ann Arbor and Bristol are like 100 already in a few days. We have Anaconda, Montana. We have, what else? We have another, oh, today I was just talking to someone over, another person in Pennsylvania, another part of Pennsylvania. So it's just like every day there's more people. Is there any, am I missing anyone, Megan? We have some other new branches that I'm forgetting.
Those are the main ones that we're launching. We're in talks with.
Twin Cities. That's
yeah.
Yes, Twin Cities. St. Paul. Is that what it is? St. Paul area. Twin Cities. Isn't that your old neck of the woods, Beth? No, for some reason I thought you were from the Midwest. No, that was someone else.
I'm Corvallis.
Okay.
This is my neck of the woods.
Okay, Midwest, Corvallis. Yeah, so there's a lot of new branches, a lot of new stuff happening.
They don't have any idea what they're getting into when they sign up.
Yeah, it's all good.
Chat with them quite a bit.
It's a good way to start off a new branch is, you know, get everybody joined and do 30 miles in 30 days, and your branch is up and running. You've led a lot of hikes. Everyone's out and about. It's good.
Yeah, no, I think it's awesome. So what else can we talk about? We talked about rules, how it got started. Oh, okay. So you're doing like a special hike around the Portland area, like a special trail network.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should branch leads come up with their own special trail kind of local network thing, or do we have to? Can we just say, like, go wherever? What do you think?
Either. So if you want to write up 10 hikes that work for you guys, great. You know, 10 4 or 5 mile hikes, 3, you know, however many you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's nice to have a list so people just can check it off on a list locally, but there's no responsibility to do that. The groups locally can put together their list together, all the people that are in the challenge. In Portland, we just did it this way because we were all really excited about Beth's idea. And we have this perfect network of all these trails that we could break up. So we're each leading two, like Megan and Beth are leading 2 a week. No, more than that, at least 2.
2 to 3.
1. What? You
I'm
lead,
doing 2 to 3. I'm doing Monday, Wednesday,
I'm doing-
Friday.
I'll
I'm
lead
doing
one.
Thursday, Saturday.
And Anka's leading Saturday and probably Sunday, knowing her because she's from Romania, so she's hardcore. And Lydia is leading. Susan is leading. We have a great little group, and everyone's taken on so that people can feel like they can find lots of different hikes almost every day and join in with one of the groups, or they can go out and do their own because we have so many trails.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Leeds, though, at least wanted to challenge their local group to like one cool hike that they thought of that they could kind of map out, that'd be really exciting. I know a lot of places have maybe one lookout that they could hike up to. That could definitely be a part of the challenge of, hey, even if you're doing green, at least try to make it up here if you've never been. That'd be kind of a cool thing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now I'm going to have to go dig through some maps and try to figure out where I could encourage my branch to go, because it's cool. To me, it's cool to do like a whole trail system. Like we have 22-mile rail trail that would be really fun to hike it in. It's like in 4 to 5 mile sections, but unless we stage vehicles, that will be 44 miles. So now I'm
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're going back on each one.
yeah.
I think
Different stage
Yeah.
cars.
almost 60 miles. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we have like 3 or 4 loops we can do, but everything else is out and back.
So one quick thing, please everyone, consider getting hiking poles if you don't have them, and we have a really good discount that we get for them. Because, and I'm not trying to just push poles, but they make a huge difference on your knees.
Mm-hmm. Especially as we're going into the rainier, snowier season, you want to make sure that you're nice and steady on your feet on the trails and out walking, especially if you're carrying your baby a lot for the first time. Let's say you've been doing a lot of stroller hiking and you're moving into the trails. You want to make sure that you're going to be nice and steady, have your feet under you the whole time, and not be freaked out by a slip.
Yeah, especially if you're double carrying too, poles make a huge difference.
Mm-hmm.
You need that extra support. And ice. I mean, we'll be hiking on snow and ice pretty much here nonstop in 2 weeks, and so yeah, I don't like to hike in the winter without trekking poles. It's just important. So, what company hooked you up with the deal for those?
So they're called Mountain Tech, and they sell in Costco actually, and they're only $30 to $40 to buy. And normally, like I actually before I found them, I bought a pair of hiking poles for $80
Mm-hmm.
at REI, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. They're really that cheap. And so also you can go on Steep and Sheep and Backcountry on their clearance, and sometimes REI, and find poles from $20 to $30. I mean, they make such a big difference. So if I recommend one piece of gear, it's poles, and the second thing would be good shoes. Just, go to a secondhand store if you don't have shoes. I know that we had one mama who found a pair of hiking shoes for like $6 at a secondhand store.
Yeah. Well, I'm a big fan of Gators.
Do we need those here?
Piece of gear. But anyway, we're straying, so discount for trekking poles, is that up on the website now too?
There is a link. I'm going to go ahead. I did put something up, but I'll put it up more prominently so people can see that because I think it's important.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do we need to know about Hike It Baby 30, the challenge?
Apps.
Yes, let's talk apps. I love Endomondo. That's my app of choice.
Endomondo, Map My Run, All Trails. There's a bunch of different apps. It sounds like everyone in our group so far really likes Endomondo. I've used both Map My Run and Endomondo. So what about, have you used All Trails or any of the other real, like true hiking ones? And there's a bunch of paid ones too, so.
I just found what I like and haven't tried any others, so I can't vouch for anything except Endomondo.
Okay. So we have all that up. We're starting to put all that material together, so you all know where to find those. But apps are important, so you can track what you've done. And if you don't have a smartphone, it's okay. You can totally just track it on your own. I mean, if you go on Google Maps, there's actually a trail feature where you can do your start and do your finish, and I think Google Maps they'll count the miles and do everything for you and give you a little map. And actually, we have them up on the site, so I'll show an example.
Yeah, it's really. I was playing with it right a minute ago, and it's really easy to use, and even to drag to separate trails to make a loop. If you cut across or something, you can drag it on a smaller trail. So especially in Portland, it really maps everything. Probably most major cities with lots of hiking, it's going to show. And then, of course, all streets. You can always do the walking directions, too, to get closer mileage. I think it's more accurate.
What are they going to do in Humboldt and Montana? Does it work up there? They're remote. Like, we're having trouble.
Yes, they're off the grid, satellite phones and GPS. And
they have, we actually have a new calendar tool going into the website in the next week, and that was one of our issues, is that some cities don't have, they just call it, the Frank Smith Trail. They don't actually have a true location because it's just like a local trail. And actually, I have a trail I like to hike outside in the gorge that has no name. I just call it the No Name Trail. I mean, we just go there with the No Trespass Trail because it's got a big No Trespass sign.
Those are the best. Private land.
So yes, I mean, just figuring out as best as you can. I mean, honor system, when you've hiked a couple of miles, how long it takes you.
Mm-hmm. And you can always ask if anybody else is tracking the trail. If you don't have a smartphone, I'm sure someone else in the group probably has one, and one of the free or paid apps. And so you can always piggyback on their info. That's totally awesome.
Team effort.
Yeah, so you sign up for Hike It Baby 30, you're invited into the group, and then after you do a hike, you upload your map data onto the Facebook page. Is that how it works to track it?
You don't have to update your map. Actually, all we want is a photo showing you, I'm on a trail, selfie, baby. So baby selfie,
Okay.
you and your baby, or grandma and baby, and then also, so a picture, and then type in, we just completed the Frank Smith Trail 3 miles. Boom, upload.
Okay.
And for
Your grandma
people who don't want their baby's pictures on the internet for whatever reason, you can get creative, like a baby hand in front of a trail sign or something where you don't have to show faces. It can be a little more creative if you want.
Yeah, we have one woman who she always posts mushrooms and algae and moss and things and trees. So that's okay. That's totally fine.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm excited about it, and I'm thankful for all the hard work you guys have put into developing it and coming up with the idea and then pushing it out to us branches that aren't in the Portland area so we can still take advantage of the challenge. Hopefully win some pretty cool swag. I was checking out those hiking boots. But yeah, any final words before we sign off?
I just want to say I'm excited to see the grand total of Hike It Baby miles at the end of November for how many hundreds of miles babies are going to go in a month. It's going to be really cool to see.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. We can do a final mileage count, and that means in a month, potentially if we have even just 100 people sign up, that's a lot of miles.
Yep. Because a lot of us are going to go, people that are leading and do the full 30, well, in Portland the 50, are going to have a lot of miles.
And that's
adding.
Double Black Diamond Club?
What's that?
We have a Double Black Diamond Club? Ooh.
Oh, yeah. we maybe should have an extra prize for the baby that goes the most miles.
Ooh.
Oh man.
Man, people might be out there on the 30th walking around the block.
You're gonna be like, this is a death march, Mom. Stop hiking.
Hey, you know what?
Today.
On a side note, today someone said to me, "Your baby is so mellow. How come?" And all I wanted to think and say was, you should see all the women that I walk with and hang out with because all of our babies are so mellow because we've all been walking with our babies since they were 3, 4 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
And I just read and found out that babies in the first 3 months of their life develop the majority of what their brain synapses and all the like firing, connecting stuff. Like it's one of the most important brain developments of your life is your first 3 months. So it's great. I mean, I think it makes a difference. I think that we can say that all of our babies are really healthy and have pretty good personalities already from so much time outside.
Mason's going to throw a tantrum tomorrow as payback for that.
Well, I think it's good for all ages. I think like hiking through a pregnancy is just like the pregnancy I had where I had a 9-pound baby and gained 55 pounds was a lot different than the pregnancy where I hiked every day or cross-country skied or snowshoed every day and, amazing. And I think it's good for all ages, not just those first 3 months. But yeah, totally cool. You guys rock it.
Yeah. One last little quick thing. We have a new calendar tool coming out maybe tonight even where the calendar is going to look really different, so don't freak out, everyone. It's going to be okay. You can now type in your city or your zip code, and every hike within 50 miles of your house will come up.
Oh.
And there's also a little, and it will show you the week. That's the first view, but on the right-hand side, there's a little button you click that shows you a map, and it can show you all the locations, and you can click on them, and then you can actually clear out your preferences and show the whole country.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's coming down the pipeline. I think we'll be turning it all on tonight. It's scary. Ooh. So stay tuned.
All right. Well, thanks, guys, for joining me. I'm going to turn off the YouTube broadcast, and then we can chat for another second or so. So we will stop the broadcast.
Thank you.